In a place called Hobbytown, there are all manner of collectors. He's a cantankerous commenter who is decidedly fresh to the hobby.
What do you say there, liver lips?
And he's a country gentleman, getting by on good old-fashioned Southern charm.
But when I'm with my cards, I am carefree like a 12-year-old.
Can two vintage card collectors coexist in conversation without driving each other crazy?
The cracked ice house treasures kaboomy.
Kaboomies.
Kaboomy, one of one.
You got to get some Southern drawl in this YouTube community, man.
This is Hobby Talk with the Odd Couple, Tony the Southern Collector and Mike Petty.
Mike Petty.
What do you say? What do you know there, beaver feet?
Hey, I like that better than what Pepino Man called me last night.
I didn't even hear it. Where did he?
You have to watch it. I ain't gonna say it, but yeah.
How are you, my handsome friend? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Can you believe this is our 7th episode?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
7 months. Hey, I got to show off my shirt.
Yeah, let's see
It's
it.
big, but look at this thing. It was made by Dean of West 238th Street.
Yeah.
Honest corners, my appeal appeals to me with a beautiful shirt. I just thought that I'd shout him out. He sent me some great gifts today. So thanks everybody for all your gifts and making me feel like a real winner. You turned that L on my forehead into a W of the cock of the walk, like Don West.
You
I
ain't
never win anything.
You can't say crickets anymore.
No, I got something. Believe you me.
So I haven't told you this. I'm kind of going to ruin it right here, but I bought these little brass crickets. They're like little metal crickets, and I was going to ship them to you in a box, but I never got around to it. So
you
now
sent me something. You sent me something much better too, because not only did I get a great care package from Dean today, including this shirt. I mean, I was just blown away. But you sent me a nice gift last week.
Well, you paid for it.
Well, yeah, but you threw a little something extra in there.
Did.
This came directly from the Beaver Feet collection, my friend.
Yes, sir.
This ain't no joke of a card either.
No.
So I want to thank you for that. You only pounded me into submission a little, but you had the card for all 2 or 3 weeks. But just goes to show you that when you have your mindset on something, you're willing to move stuff around, things that you love, and I'll cherish this. I'm not going to be selling this card. This is, in fact, when you bought the thing, you probably were buying it with me in mind. You didn't really want it that much, but I was not going to let you leave that card.
Well,
and a month later, I have it.
I wanted it, but you kept telling me, man, tell him I'll buy it. And I said, dude, I think I'm going to buy it. And so I got LCS. And so I'm not going to tell you what card I got with the money.
Yeah.
It's a big one, and I'm fired up about having it. Same player. I'll tell you that. That's your little hint.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Mickey Mantle card, but it's pretty epic. So
yeah, it is.
Pretty excited. I'll share that on.
Well, you got to move nice cards to get nice cards sometimes, and
yeah.
I'm starting to find that out the hard way.
Yeah, consolidation ain't always bad.
No, it's actually pretty nice. It also gives you other things to buy and opens up a whole new area of the hobby and stuff.
Yeah.
So
keeps it exciting.
Yeah.
So last night you were on with Pepino Man and Dylan, and y'all got in. I told you to save some bullets, man, because we had some stuff.
Well, I threw a lot of bullets there last night on that $13 million fiasco of a card. So. Well, they called for the rant last night. This isn't going to be a petty minute. So you and I, we're much too intelligent for that ranting and raving.
yeah, we never ran or rave or anything.
Oh, shit. But anyway, yeah, we both have a couple different takes. I mean, you guys kind of know my take on the whole thing. And certainly a neat card. The thing that I didn't tell you about that card, or I know that I've made mention of it in text and whatnot, but since we've spoke, is when I was at the West Coast Card Show.
I just pulled up the wrong slide there.
Oh, you got slides going?
Well, you can't.
get
so I'm going to go and tell the audience real quick.
Right.
Petty can't see the slide, so I'm going to pull him up. Something's going on his end. When I pull him up, he can't see him. Of course, I just pulled up the wrong one.
I can't see. I can't see. What's the matter? I got my eyes closed.
So, anyways, I just ruined part of the episode there.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So before you go on with that, I'm just giving them a heads up. We're going to show a few slides. Then we're going to get on with talking about our dream cards, gold cards. We're going to talk about pricing going up a little bit, what that means to our collecting. And then at the end, you're going to have the petty minute. So I like to always kind of prep people with what's coming down the road, and I forgot to do that. So I just did it. So there we go. So back to your story.
What story?
I don't even remember now. I interrupted.
So it was about the $13 million card. So I never knew that card was special or was coming up for auction at that time or anything. But the weird thing was I was talking to kind of like a modern dealer that he has a show on podcast. I just reached out to him, introduced myself, and saw what he had there. He had a bunch of Caitlin Clark shit spread out everywhere. But somebody came up to his table, and in back of us was like the alt. They had a big setup. They had like a few corporate things set up over there. And he comes over with this beautiful card. And I mean, not often that I would look at a basketball card and say, yeah, that's really nice. He had a deal set up with alt for this. It was a Jordan, Kobe dual sign card. They had a patch in it, fake patches, of course, but they had pictures of them, like really nice pictures, and the signatures underneath it. It was the long way. It was just a gorgeous card. He said that alt, he had a deal with them they were going to give him $15,000 cash before the auction. And he was going to auction it on their platform. They estimated 21 to 29,000. He said, "I go, shit, man, that's a shit ton of money." I go, "But it's a really nice card, I mean, that's what it takes, to get something like that." So I'm thinking, man, I don't know. I'd rather spend my 20 or 30,000, into something else I'd want. But I could see where you get caught up in it. It was a beautiful card. So he left. I never knew his name. A younger kid. And then all of a sudden that night, the same night, that on a Saturday night, I'm watching Jeremy Lee and they're putting that card on, and it's going for $7 million early. The card, those $7 million, that card you're showing right there.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, they just kept bidding it up all night long to 13, to where it got 12.9 or something. And it's kind of funny what do you think about the fact that the last bid, broke the record? It's like, what, are you buying it or not?
So no, I'm not buying it one bit. I was watching it live on Jeremy Lee, and it was really exciting watching it go down. And once it kept going, I was like, man, this is weird. And then it jumped and it went right above what the mantle went for. And all of a sudden they're like, yes, and then it was over. And then it was fishy, man. So absolutely, once you figured out, at the time we didn't know who bought it. But after you find out it was the syndicate that bought it, it's pretty obvious the syndicate had somebody on the other side, maybe one of them, bidding that bad boy up to make sure it was the all-time sale and to get a lot of publicity for their new company that I don't know what the company's going to do, but whatever it is. And then Mr. Wonderful comes out and says that card will not be sold in his lifetime. I'm saying bull crap on that. He was
also touting the fact that people could buy fractional shares. They're still pushing that. And they, you don't even have to, he said he'll never even take ownership of it or never even hold it. So that's probably in the vault somewhere. And then they're going to just have digital pictures, or who knows if it'll change. A lot of Shine Boxes stuff, if you notice, it's changed hands quite a bit. But those sales, they're funny because they go to like one guy and then sometimes they go back to him. So they're moving them around to kind of prop up things.
Yeah.
He must own 5 or 10 of the top modern cards, I think. in the
But here's the
millions.
deal, man. If they're selling 13 million worth of shares, that card ain't worth 13 million. They propped it up to get it there. I think it would have still broke the record for the all-time high selling basketball card. It probably hit 8 million, which is a ton of money, but it ain't 13.
And I guess it was a nice card. I mean, it was a rare card, but the card certainly wasn't that nice. I can tell you the signatures that I saw on that card that same day were 10 times nicer. Like to the point where like Kobe's signature was just on point. And I don't opine on those signatures. Like I don't know if they're real or not. All I can tell you is what I saw. And the card that sold, the signatures, like Jordan's is better than Kobe's, but they're number one, they're sideways, and Jordan's didn't even hit the sweet spot.
Yeah,
He signed way up on the card. I mean, it was a terrible signature.
Yeah, he didn't
The
get
card
it.
the card was graded a 6, and if you got those autos graded, I can't see them being well. With that kind of money, they can probably get whatever they want. But I mean, to me, they were like a 3 or a 5 auto if they're real. And I question the authenticity, as you know, on everything. And that with those patches, the patches, like I told the guys last night. I hear from John 3D, like, where does he hear this shit? That those two patches were the first game they played against each other.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. It could be.
That's what he said.
That was the 50th anniversary patch, the gold one, and in Kobe's is the red, white, and blue one. So no, they weren't even the same year. So no, I think they're real. I mean,
I'm sure they're real, but they say they're game used.
They don't say
who. By who? They don't say that they were worn by Kobe, and this one was worn by Jordan, the date they were worn. I mean, we need to know these things, and let's see your chain of custody. And Upper Deck, they had a good reputation back in the day of having real autographs for sure. Yeah. But as far as relics go, this hobby takes such a leap of faith, Tony.
Yeah, I know.
That with so many things, including the Babe Ruth called shot jersey and every one of these bat knobs and the relics and the patches and the RPAs and RPOs and whatever other stupid.
I'm going to read the back of this card. I got it.
Oh, you got it. Thank you. Let's hear it.
You have received a Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan game used trading card with personal autographs from these athletes. The signatures were signed in the presence of a company representative or sent from and certified as to their authenticity by the named athletes. On the front of the card are pieces of memorabilia that have been certified to us as having been used in an NBA game. We hope you enjoy this piece of basketball history as we continue to keep you as close as you can get. So you're right. It doesn't say used by the player.
I mean, you have an attorney dissect that and see what they're going to tell you.
Yeah, that's
let's
bad.
see your record and the Upper Deck. That's so long ago. But anyway, people take a leap of faith like that's real.
Yeah.
Well, you ask anybody that does this for a living, guys that spend millions and millions on memorabilia, guys like the Ken Kendricks of the world and the other guy, I forget the guy's name escapes me, but Marshall Fogel, guys like that. You hear what he says. He takes everything with a grain of salt, and he says that when I buy something like that, you got to prove it to me first before I buy it. But that's that's the nature of an old time collector, big time collector, and then the Ken Kendricks of the world, what they're buying, and what these new shine balls are buying. These stupid, glossy, friends with Mike Rubin. Look, these guys are billionaires.
Yeah,
and they are just scum of the earth because I think to be a billionaire, you just don't always have a great idea. You have to screw a lot of people,
Yeah, some cases, yeah.
Anyway, I just feel that they're all a bunch of shysters, and that's why I don't give them. And that's why it hurts me when I see people buying into breaks and mystery packs, and then because I know they're going to get hammered. They don't care. They say it's entertainment or whatever, but I just don't like to be taken advantage of. And I try to save people from themselves, but you just can't. They gotta learn on their own, and whether maybe they have a better experience with it or not. So
it's like standing at the convenience store behind a person who you can tell probably isn't that high on the money making list. You know what I'm saying? And they're in there buying all these lottery tickets, hoping to hit it. And that's what they're putting their livelihood on. And it's
They
sad.
do.
Like, look,
Yeah.
man, save your money, dude. Quit doing
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it's tough out there, and you
But-
got. I mean, I
but
understand they want to try
The
something.
hobby
But,
wasn't meant to be a gambling thing. But
no.
back to that card real quick.
Yeah.
I don't fault people for loving that kind of stuff. You know, I mean personally, I think the rookie patch cards that they're doing now in baseball, I think they're cool, man. I mean, like that's a 1 of 1. It's signed, you know, the Paul Skeens thing. I thought it was a really cool card. Now, am I going to spend $1 million on it? No, but there are people out there, obviously, that will. And if they want to spend their money on that, and it's an honest auction, unlike this one, then I don't mind that, dude. I don't mind it at all.
Well,
It's
did you
what it
see the other day talking about those rookie patches? Some pitcher had his major league
fell
debut the other day. You know the story because I
Yeah.
always get the Cliff Notes version. You seem to remember it, but he had the patch warming up
in the bullpen.
and on the bullpen. Then all of a sudden he comes in the game and he's got no patch. The patch is gone. So did he wear it in the game?
I don't know. Does it count
That
if he
patch is
didn't?
going to come out. Some idiot's going to pay for a Jack Cagliano.
Yeah.
And they're going to pay $3 million. I got his patch. Hey, guess what, idiot? He didn't even play with it. So
Yeah.
basically, you can play with yourself. But
Yeah.
anyway, this is the kind of things that I don't want to get involved with. I'll just stay in my stupid lane and the cards that I know and love. And
Well, people collect all kinds of weird stuff, man. I mean, people
I
collect
collect
coins, people collect stamps, people
Yeah.
collect Rolex watches, people collect cars, people collect Pokemon. I mean, you got all this stuff.
Well,
And,
I
you know,
want to
some
show you.
people
Can I show you a few things that Dean sent me today?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
he sent
show
me
me.
some really neat things. So I want to show you this card he sent. This is the greatest card. See, it says no cane. Turn your back on crack. Bo knows it's best to turn your back on crack. He
Yeah.
sends me that. He knows I love Tom Petty. He
Yeah.
frames this up in his own holder. There it is. West. Let's give him a plug for his channel. He's got
Yeah.
a great channel. But this is a pro set Tom Petty card. And of course, I love Tom Petty. I just think he's the GOAT. He's the real GOAT. And here's the thing that you didn't know that I collected. And he didn't know that I collected. And so everybody thinks I just have baseball. But I
There
have
you
Mo.
go. Yep.
Hey, Mo, what do you know? We already showed Larry.
Yep.
And that guy's the funniest guy of all time. He's
Yeah.
a sleeper. And then, of course, whoop, 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 whoop. And I have my second Curly I have on sale right now. You can buy it on 4 Square Corners. So I'm a big Stooges fan. As you know, I use a lot of their humor. It's hilarious. And Dean, he doesn't know that I have these. He sends me this 3 Stooges card.
That's awesome.
Of course, it's a 2. So, Dean, I guess I can't thank you enough.
Yeah. You know why it's a 2. That's all he collects.
That's all he looks at. And then might I also want to add about this card that you sent me and what you sent it to me wrapped in a Tennessee Vols sweatshirt. So
That's
when it
right.
starts
Gotta
getting
rip.
cold, I'm gonna use that. And so I want to thank you. Thank you for all the gifts. This is as close as I'm gonna get to a gift video. Just don't put it in the
In the
Odd
description.
Couple gift videos.
No VRs, no gift
No
videos.
VRs.
So
And,
so Saturday we got the Georgia Bulldogs coming into Neyland Stadium. So stay tuned.
Ooh.
We're taking them down. Just get ready.
Oh, man, what a game that's going to be.
You need to wear your sweatshirt for that one.
Ah, shit, if it's not, it's been 100 here. Okay, I'll wear it anyway.
So back to that sale. I'm not going to talk about the shine
Okay.
no more.
Okay.
But that auction, Greg Miller did a thing a while back, and he showed a clip. And he had me and you and Darren on there with him, and he played that thing from Adam, Splendid Sports.
Oh yeah.
And he talked about prices of cards going up and asked us our opinion. Well, man, honestly, after that Heritage auction, there's some stuff that I like to buy that has gone through the freaking roof all of a sudden, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's just a bubble or if this is the future. I don't know what's going on, but it's really hard to judge. Like, I tried to buy a 53 tops Jackie Robinson. I had that thing comped out at about $30,000 and it went for over 46, 47,000.
And it wasn't that, I mean, it wasn't that nice. You were willing to
No.
take it as a placer.
Yeah, so that card you just
Yeah.
showed, I sold you that card because I was trying to get that Jackie, and I couldn't get it, man. I couldn't go that high.
But you pivoted, and then look what you got instead, just like the last time. And
Yeah.
you know, the Jackie, you already have Jackie Robinson quite a bit, and you'll find the right one when it comes up and the right time. You know, because like buying these kind of cards at these prices too, you can only go to the well so many times. You know,
Yeah.
like I know this year I had a couple of cards that I could go to the well with, and you know, we're going to talk about dream cards and stuff like that. But you know, I'm a guy who made a list back in 2022. This was my list, you know,
Yeah.
and I've crossed off a good amount of it, but there was some DHAGs on here, some
Yeah.
big hairy ass goals.
Yeah.
And I'm still, you know, I still have a few, but they didn't have to all be done in 1 year. When you're talking, you know, shit, $20,000 cards, 40, you know, I have a budget, and you got a
ain't got
budget per
shine
year,
money.
but it's not shine money. We have working class money where we've earned it. And a lot of the money I've had was money that I had been putting into gold for years and paying off your house and things like that and living debt free. You just have a little bit extra, and then you're earning more on everything else. I mean, gold's way up and the market's up, so things are good right now. You know, what's going to happen that for me when things crash, maybe I'll get better deals on some of I think I've also, the couple of big cards, you've seen me buy them, and I think
Yeah.
I've been within my means. I haven't really went over and above
No,
the comps.
you got good pricing on what
I
you
think I think I got some good pricing, so it is what it is. And but you know, for the rest of the year, I'll be sitting on the sidelines, and I don't really see myself. I mean, even if the perfect card comes up, I don't know. I mean, it's just starting to make me feel uncomfortable as well. Like I understand Adam and Dylan today says I'm off of eBay. I'm off of not a bad idea.
So my
for
thing
anybody.
is, one of my biggest lanes, the one I love the most right now, is the signed vintage. And
You
I feel
do.
like I've been operating in the shadows. You know, a lot of people ain't there. They don't really like it. But then this card sells for 13 million and it's signed. There was a signed 52 mantle that broke the $1 million threshold for the first time. And
Mhm.
so, and then the last two Jackie Robinson signed cards I've tried to get have done this. And so while it's really good for my signed vintage collection that my stuff's going up, I need it to stop so that I can get some more. And then it can go up all at once. But right now,
I know, but that's the problem. And then you
it's a
just have
double-edged
to,
sword.
you don't need to have it all at one time. You know,
No,
like I said, I made the comment before. Now that I'm on this card ladder, I can see what I've done over
Yeah.
time. And it really puts it into a whole nother perspective. I've never been an investor. I've been kind of like I've been trying to store value. I've looked at it like gold, I've mentioned, and I've bought gold since 2000. Anywhere you know, my average price on that is probably like $1,100 an ounce. When you're buying it at 800, it goes up to 15. You keep, you know, spending it, and because I enjoyed just looking at the chiclets, I enjoyed listening to them rattle. And then, you know, then all of a sudden you get up to 18, you buy one, and oh, they're down to 1,200, you buy two. Because the prices they'd swing pretty good back in the day, and they still might again.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've put all that money in that I was spending on that into cards on top of my earnings and things like, and continuing, knock on wood, to do okay with business and have no responsibilities. So for now, it's good, at least for me. And I hope the economy seems strong out, you know, this way, and also by you.
Yeah.
But and the card market is just booming.
Well, so that's the other thing. So like we've talked about this with Greg before. Greg's done a video on it. You know, are you an investor or are you a collector?
Oh, I'm a 100% investor now. Now
well,
that I got a card
you're
ladder.
seeing the card ladder.
Oh,
I agree,
shit,
man.
So
So
look at this. Green.
yeah,
Numbers.
it lets you know once you put all, and I'm on Card Ladder too, so my entire
you got me. You're the one that got me hooked on it.
yeah,
really.
the entire collection is in Card Ladder, and every day it tells me if it's gone up, gone down, and it's based off the last sale of the card or one in that lane that's similar to it. So it kind of and then you go back and look at a chart, and it can tell you if it's flat, if it's going up, and so what I'm seeing is the more higher dollar cards are the ones going up faster. The ones in the $50 to $100 range are staying a little more flat.
Right.
But that's just what it is. But if you collect a $50 card and you've got a really nice centered eye appeal card, the thing's going to hold value. I don't think it's ever going to go down.
No.
But this is one of the things that one of the discussions we had at the National when I was on that main stage was collecting with an exit strategy. In other words, if you're buying small cards, and Greg Miller talks about this all the time. I keep bringing up Greg, but I watch his videos all the time.
No, I do too.
But he does a great job. But one of the things he talks about is if you are buying a card and it's not something, if it were stolen or whatever, or it gets lost in the mail, it ain't going to make you miss your next meal. That's not really an investment. That's a fun card. But if you're buying something that you really got to move some cards to make it happen, and you've got to save up money for it, that kind of stuff, you want to see that card rise a little bit, or at least keep up with inflation, man.
Right. Yeah, you'd hate to see a $50,000 card be worth $20,000. Frankly, if I had purchased like the Mickey Mantle, the 52 Mickey Mantle that I got for like just under 15,000, if that went down to right now, if it was 3,000, I wouldn't be collecting baseball cards anymore.
Yeah.
That's just because I don't like to get kicked in the nutsack.
Yeah.
A lot, like that. So
yeah.
I still would have enjoyed the card because it was something that I always wanted, and it was my dream and my goal card since I've been a kid, since I was 12 years old. But I mean, what I like about the Card Ladder is that, like, if there's not a sale, because a lot of the stuff we're buying is pop 1 or pop 2, it's just, and you have the nicest one. So the other one, if it sells, it's going to sell for less, but maybe it only sells once every year or every 2 or 3 years. What I like about it is it's attached to like the player index. Right. So if there's not a sale, let's say you bought it in 2020, 21, or so a lot of the stuff I bought in 2016 and 15. Yeah. And it really gives you a great trajectory of value. That's why I'm a deep value burrito collector.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
Brent Weir. Get me Brent Weir, I say.
Yeah. But, well, like my Josh Gibson. That Josh Gibson Toloteros, it's a really high dollar card. It's on Card Ladder. But it's hard to keep up with the value because there ain't another one that's sold. There's only been 5
but
sales.
As the next one sells, like for let's say a higher grade, that Josh Gibson, yours will also keep pace with that. Yeah.
So but it also stays in that Negro League lane. So when all the Negro League cards were going wham, wham, wham up on that Love of the Game auction, I could see value in my Josh Gibson going up.
Goes up on the Card Ladder. So I do like these algorithms. Now, selling them for these prices, they're a whole nother fucking ball game, dude. I have a hard time, a lot of it. Maybe sometimes it's close. And that's why, too, we're trying to, another thing not to like, talk about Greg all night, but he is one of our good hobby buddies and all. And he does teach he has a great teaching class there on Wednesdays. His questions and answers. And one of the things he was talking about even just the other day was, well, when I buy a 4, how the hell am I going to sell it for? I can't get my money out of it. Like, why would I sell it? Well, that's the thing. I've talked about this before, but it's hard to articulate in the sense that you want a combination of a grade and a price. So like I very seldom buy a 2 and spend it that looks like a 4 and pay 4 prices. Yeah. How about I just buy a 4 that looks like a nice, decent 4 and it doesn't look like an 8? Yeah. So I think it's easier to get your money out. And I basically talk about this when I buy gold. Or because I was taught this way, was like, don't go and buying like Buffaloes or American Eagles. Stay in the Krugerrands. They're cheap. as far as the VIG. You
Yeah.
know, I was getting those for 25. It's still a 1 ounce of gold, and when you sell it, you're getting you're getting your ass kicked less because any dealer is still going to pay you the price of gold. They're not going to give you the VIG on the on the coin. And if you buy graded gold coins, you're even less likely to get your money out of that.
Yeah.
Or your heirs at that time. So cards are the same way. We still want to try to buy the best cards that, and there's nothing like looking for a 2 or finding a 2 that's perfectly centered and looks like a 5. But if you've got to pay for a 4, you're just going to have to pay. And then when it comes time to get rid of it, you have to hope it gets in a good auction.
Yeah.
A couple people bid on it and it gets the price back up there because it'll be hard to sell otherwise.
Yeah.
But kind of
the analogy that I like to use on the price versus grade thing is the hot girl, crazy girl matrix that you saw so long. And if she's way up here, then she's a marrying one. If she's not, she's the one you want to take. You got to find that happy medium in there.
But it's really hard because on the girl scale, 98% of them are on that fucking crazy spectrum. But that's a great analogy. Yeah,
Melissa watches this. I'm sorry, Melissa. I'm sorry.
Melissa,
I'm
more concerned about our wives.
Well, my wife's named Melissa too. So.
That's true.
Yeah. So, anyways, So anyways, we've covered that. The next thing I wanted to kind of talk about was our gold card versus our dream card. So let me define that real quick.
Yeah.
So a dream, I didn't use the word grail because there's that big argument, you can only have one grail card, one grail, and somebody will do a video on that. But a dream card is a card that is in your dreams, man. You probably ain't never gonna get it unless you hit the lottery or somebody runs over you and cuts your leg off and you get a big settlement and you go buy it. So that's a dream card. Okay. It's one that you just dream about. Now, in my past, when I was a little kid, I dreamt of having a 52 mantle. I was able to achieve that dream.
So did I.
Yeah. So, and
we should dream big. If you don't dream big and you don't say, somebody taught me this a long time ago. He had a 1958 Corvette. I'll never forget it. I was just coming off of bankruptcy. And I said, man, dude, that's a gorgeous car. I go, I don't think I'll never have anything like that. And he looked at me, he goes, don't ever say that.
That's exactly right.
And he says, because if you say you're never going to have that, you never will.
That's exactly
taught me a big lesson. And then, it's like one of those things that when I wanted my first Corvette, I started putting a picture of the Corvette on the refrigerator. Of course, I'm in the refrigerator 16, 17 times a day. You open it up, you see that Corvette, it becomes something that you dream of and you can make it a reality. So there's all these different things in different ways as you get older and you move through life's challenges and
like with me, man, I grew up in a family in a household. We didn't have crap, dude. We were poor, but I learned to trade because my dad started a cabinet shop when I was a kid. Learned to trade. I started my business when I was 24 and I named it. I'll tell you the name of my business. It's Mid-South Custom Cabinets. And it just sounded corporate, Mid-South Custom Cabinets. But if you came by my little 1,000 square foot building where I had 2 employees, you would see I didn't have an office. I used to have to, if the phone rang, I had a cordless phone. I'd go outside, shut the door, and I didn't even have a notepad. I would write the phone number on the door frame coming into this one room where we worked and built cabinets. That was it. But I had a dream, man. I named it big. I wanted to grow my company and I wanted to be successful. It was a burn the ships moment. I don't have a college education and I wanted to make something of myself and take care of my family. And so for all those years, man, that's what I did. And I was, pumped. I took care of my family. I took care of the people who work for me. I put all my money back in my business. And now, man, I'm 56 years old. That was 32 years ago.
Well, and like I tell Greg too, he was a young man when he started teaching. He was 24 and you were 24. I didn't start my business until I was 38 years old.
Yeah.
I was a late bloomer, but this is the power though. What you've created is something that, look, you got right down to business at 24 years old. You know, you knew that there was something greater for you out there.
There was no turning back.
And you just made it happen step by step, inch by inch, much like any business owner will tell you. And you're not a guy that wanted to be a billionaire.
No.
You know, and you treated every customer like gold, and you nurtured relationships like we do today. We nurture our friendships. And this is the same. You treat your customers, I'm exactly sure, the way you treat your friends. Yeah, and that's what right. Not that I don't necessarily have a lot of friends because I don't like that to cross over. I have made a few, but yeah, I mean, that's what I do. They call, I'm there. They email me, I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we built stuff. It's based off of trust.
Yeah.
It's based off of, you know, building up what people think about you and all that stuff. But yeah, man, I'd come home every day. I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, man. I've been spraying white on cabinets all day long, man. My eyelashes would be white. I'd have white cake. I'd have white boogers coming out of my nose, man. I mean, my feet, my shoes had so much dried up spray on them. They cracked when I walked.
They looked like beaver feet.
That's exactly right.
That's why
anyways, we had a dream, and here we are. Yeah. So anyways, let's talk about dream cards. Now, gold card, we're going to do gold cards too. Gold cards are things that we think, look, in the next couple of years, maybe we can get it. Now, I like to set my goals big too. So I did mine in order, smallest, medium, and large. And hopefully I get there one day. We'll see. But I'm going to put your dream cards up here first.
Okay. I'm going to look at them. Go ahead. I got them.
He can't see it. So he's going to look at his phone. I sent him the clip.
Okay. So
tell me about your dream cards there, Petty.
Well, the dream card, you know, the Ruth, I love I fell in love with these M101 Sporting News blank backs or whatever. The Sporting News are harder to come by, but I'll take the blank backs any day. And you know, the Ruth is just out of sight. I mean, I think you could maybe find a nice one for what, about 300-400 grand.
Yeah,
I don't see that, but I never say my eyes are hurting. I don't see it happening.
You may not get a nice one. It might have a crease through his chest.
Yeah, because a couple of mine have some good creases or what in it.
I'd take a crease one.
And that's been kind of a dream card for maybe the last 5 years, 10 years. And then of course, so the one in the middle there that I see is the T206. So that, much like the 52 Mantle, those were the two cards that have been my dream, you know. And that one was selling for 1,500 back in the mid 70s.
Wow.
When the Mantle was 75. So that just shows you the difference in pricing. And I just didn't really have that much of it. I guess I could have worked harder. I could have done better when I was younger and focused instead of chasing tail around and worrying about cards and just playing sports all the time, you know, and girls got in the way and marriage and kids and boy, blowing a lot of money. And that never happened for me. This time in my life, so I like, you know, I'd have to liquidate pretty much everything I have to have a nice one.
Yeah.
Right now, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of really nice Wagners that I'm proud of, but this other Wagner too has hit quite a, you know, I do have the E90-2, which is a blue back.
It's beautiful.
But I always wanted this M116 blue. I have the pastel. It's kind of a dream card. I have other things I dream of too, but these are the main ones that I've always kind of gravitated towards, and for whatever it's worth. So I can't say that I wouldn't get one of those blue ones if things should hit the fan, but
well, I was actually surprised. I took it off, by the way. I was actually surprised that you put that blue one up there, because I was thinking, well, dump, if he got the other blue and he could get that blue one down the road.
Well, I'm kind of a visual guy too. It's like, why do I need two blues?
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know, that E90-2, that was on my list. That was a dream card.
Yeah,
and I made that dream card happen. So I really like it, and I got a good deal on it. And it's great. Yeah. So
I'm
let's see. Go to yours.
I'm gonna throw mine up there. So here's mine, and if you follow my channel or me on Instagram, you know, like, so on the left we got the signed Leaf Jackie Robinson. There's only 4 of those. So I don't think that's one of them that goes in a collection. I have never even seen one for sale. But you know, I guarantee you now that's an $800,000 card, maybe $1 million. Then in the middle, we got the same dream card.
We'll be bidding on that. We'll be
Yeah.
bidding on
So,
that against each other.
look, I could sell a big part of my collection and try to get one of those one day and consolidate towards that. But yeah, I mean, I never say never, but that's a lot of money in one card.
It is.
And then the last one is a card that a lot of people don't know about, but this is Henry Aaron, and it's a postcard from 1952 when he played for the Indianapolis Clowns. And if you watch my Henry Aaron episode from last week, he played for the Clowns for just a few months before he ended up signing a contract with the Boston Braves. But that's a pop one. And I know the guy that's got it. He put it on Instagram recently, and I talked to him about it. He bought it raw in an auction, sent it off to SGC to get it graded, and they didn't know what it was. He had to explain to them what it was just so they would slab it. I think there might be another one out there, but yeah, it's just a very rare card.
And hopefully they still slab it. I've been hearing that they don't want to do research anymore.
Yeah,
because it takes too much time. But by the way, I want to give you. I know you didn't ask me to do this or anything, but that Hank Aaron documentary you did, or the 1 hour special on that, was just incredible. I didn't catch it. It's funny. I've been watching a lot of true crime shit lately. So now a lot of the stuff hasn't been popping up right away. It takes 2 or 3 days sometimes. But I did get to see it, listen to every minute of it. And the way you just, wove in all the clips, and, that Vin Scully call never gets old. I can remember it like it was yesterday, watching it in my living room with my mom and dad, and how we listened to Vin Scully every night going to bed.
He's the goat, man.
We turned the sound off on the national broadcast, which was actually pretty good. But I mean, when you hear that call too, it was good. But nothing like Vin Scully and how he told that story, and he lets the crowd yell and scream, and then how he says, a black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South, and my mom and we were just crying, because this is something that we had just dreamed of back in the 70s, that someday, that there'd be racism would be eliminated. We were the generation that was going to do it. I'm sad that we're sending our kids into a little bit different situation. We thought that you can never stop trying, though, and just trying to teach your kids, the right way. But just an amazing accomplishment, an amazing man. And great documentary. If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. It's on the Tony Southern Comfort
I
channel.
appreciate that. I'll Venmo you some money tomorrow for that plug.
Yeah, put a link down there. So, because like I was saying, like any kids that want to start, where do I start? How do I learn? I didn't see him play. Well, this is a perfect thing. You can surely put an hour of time while you're exercising and keep it in your earbuds. Download it and listen to it if you can't see it, and listen to the story. And the stats you rattled off were just incredible.
So one of my impetus or reasoning behind doing those deep dives, I've done one on Chief Bender, Joe Jackson, Ty Cobb, Larry Doby, Jackie Robinson, Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle's was 2 parts. The reason I've done those is because I think to get kids or anybody interested in vintage, they got to understand the history of the game. To me, that's the backbone of it. If you don't understand that and you don't know who these guys are, then why would you want to collect them? So I don't think, kids are going to beat my door down watching it, but maybe my videos, somebody watches my videos who have kids or grandkids, and then it kind of spurs them on to tell the stories.
Oh, my kids, they know who Hank Aaron is. They've seen that home run thing. I've told them every story in the world. By the way, I just was following a card tonight on eBay. It happens to be this one.
That's freaking awesome.
I got this from Leighton Sheldon about a year ago. It's a beautiful, because I collect these Stallmeyers, as you know. And, this one is a beautiful beautiful copy. I figured it would go tonight. The one that was crinkled and all messed up here at the eBay auction for about $4,500 maybe. It went for $9,100.
That's what I'm talking about, man. The rarity, the
Because you haven't seen one
middle
in a
of the
while.
burrito guys, the rare cards of theirs, the oddball ones, the
Mm-hmm.
signed ones, and things like that, that the pop counts are low on, are the ones that are climbing like
I
crazy.
can't wait to see Card Ladder in the morning.
Yeah.
Woo! Done.
Well, yeah. I mean, all the
Woo, woo,
Stallmeyers
woo,
have
woo.
come. I mean, yeah.
Especially that
So,
one.
so
Go
we
ahead,
want to
tell
go
me
to
that.
you want to go to our gold cards.
Yeah, let's go to them.
All right. So I'm going to yours first. If you want to bring it up on your phone.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
So that was boom. I love the way you put these on there too. 1, 2, 3. You know, I've been pretty lucky. I do have a big purchase that I just made. Not too many people know that, but it's not one of these cards. And I've always loved that these cards are the 2 Cracker Jack cards are in the top 10 of all time
I agree.
cards. And I will definitely get a copy. That the Joe Jackson is just, I mean, you see that guy Dean. We were watching that card. He had it listed for 35,000. Remember, it's an
Yeah.
SGC though. It was a 2 or a 3, maybe a 3. And then one sold. He raised that effing price like up to $70,000.
Yeah.
Because he caught it. Sometimes he doesn't catch it, you
Yeah.
know, or you can buy it before the auction ends.
Yeah.
And then last week, that SOB, he put it up to 75,000. Or maybe
I
more.
told
Maybe
you a couple months ago that it was a good
I
buy.
should have
You
bought it.
wanted to
I
jump
should
up
have
there and
bought
get
it, but I didn't want it in the SGC holder. I'm just not.
Yeah.
You know, right now I'm not putting that much money into an SGC a card
Yeah.
that way because I have two. I'm, you know, it's on
But
a
if you get a
colliding
good enough
course.
deal on it, you can
Well, true.
send it at PSA like I did the
Or
Josh Gibson.
maybe, but those, I just have not had luck like you have. If it's a 1.5, maybe because
Yeah.
you have a better chance of getting it over to a 1.5 like you did, or a 1. It won't hurt you that bad, and you won't really care. But I don't know. I'm just a little apprehensive, as you know, about about the boutique, rather than some others. The Ty Cobb, you have both these cars, and you're collecting this set.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's an amazing. You're getting pretty close too. But the Cobb also is a classic pose and one I've always wanted. I just haven't wanted to spend the money. But and it unfortunately just keeps going up and up and up and up, and I'm going to have to pay the premium for a
Yeah.
nice card, and I will. The one in the middle is a 1927 126 montage. It's a tough card to find.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful copy here. I doubt I'd be able to put something like that in my collection, but that might be a $60,000 to $80,000 card right there.
Are they that much?
That might be that one. I mean, you can
Yeah,
get a
well,
beat up
3.
one with creases all over his head
Yeah.
for maybe 7 or 8,000.
Yeah.
I don't need a my appeal. My appeal for that. So
Yeah, that's a beautiful card.
so those are my goal cards right now, and that's why we're going real slow. And interestingly enough, they're on my list, you know.
Yeah.
But I've been knocking this list out, and I don't have many left. I think I showed you another 3 or 4 different ones that were on my goal list too, like the Gehrig, Carringtons, and the ice cream.
Yeah.
A couple of ice cream cards there.
Yeah.
Another Ruth, but those are my main ones, and I'm knocking this list out before I die. So
You'll get there.
we'll see.
So
do you
mine, I'm
got?
gonna put mine up here. So mine, I like to dream big. Now these aren't dream cards. I feel like one day, who knows, unless they keep just going. But the Satchel Paige, the Leaf card, it's just something I want to have. I'm not going to get it in a 7.
And I like that cartoon. That's on my list as well. No
It's
doubt.
just
That's
it's with Satchel Paige and his story, and then to me it's a beautiful card. And I know he has his eyes closed and all that, but it doesn't matter. I love the Leaf set, and the colors pop on that bad boy. And sometimes they're real bad registration, but I would take one of those with a pinhole. I would take it with a crease. I would take it.
Tape.
Yeah, I'd take it. It'd have the my appeal or even the own appeal. I don't care.
I almost pulled the trigger on the West Coast show. The guy had one for, I think it was like 47,000. It was a PSA 1. It had a little tape on the back, and it was a pretty nice card altogether. I mean, definitely acceptable. Like I would love it. You would love it too.
Well,
but
there's shoe prints.
I just couldn't pull the trigger on it after for that much money at the
Yeah,
time.
pop
So,
count's really low in those bad boys.
yeah,
Now,
it's a
the
great
sign
card.
mantle in the middle,
Yeah.
that one right there, it'd be probably $80,000.
Well,
You can get,
too,
they can go
that
over
is a
100.
card that really looks good because he's got a great sweet spot there.
Yeah,
And boy, that card, even in the Sharpie, I love to have it in pen, but I
yeah.
don't give it. I wouldn't be, beggars can't be choosers.
No, I wouldn't kick that one
And
to bed. That one's
yeah,
nice, man.
I don't know
And then,
where you found it.
and then the one on the right, any signed Ruth Gowdy card. It could be the yellow, it could be the green, it could be the
Yeah,
144. It doesn't matter to me. But I would love to own one of those one day. And I see myself in about 5 years, trying to consolidate. If I keep adding cards at the rate I am, that I don't want my collection to be really big. I would
yeah.
rather, get what I got and then go, all right, I got these. What can I do? Like, I'll sell off a third. And then if I did that, maybe one day I could get one of those, but,
Yeah, and that's
but
kind of what I've been doing. I mean, I always said I want to have 800 graded cards. That's my limit for paint. I asked Dylan the other night how many he has. He was saying he works at about 1,300. So everybody's is a little different, and I feel comfortable now. So when I got up to like 850, I have 50, now on. It also opens up some avenues to, like I said, to upgrade in a few areas, and then I'm gonna have to come up with another 50 more
yeah,
to knock them down. And so I think it's a kind of a good way. Works for me, works for you. It sounds like, and who
yeah,
knows if I'll end up. I just have so much pain getting rid of them. That's the problem. And for me
yeah,
to take it down to 700, it might
yeah,
be tough. But
yeah. But you know
once you
what,
give
man?
up the player
Sometimes
runs,
when you go through some pain, like
mhm,
I've done that a few times now,
boy,
but you
howdy.
get some kind of amazing card, it just makes it that much more sweet to you
It
when you
it
go
it
like,
does. I know, and I've definitely getting to know you and sharing your journey too has been great because we both feed off each other too a little bit and
yeah.
get to. So I mean that's one of the good things that's rubbed off on me. That's for sure.
Well, I appreciate it.
Mhm.
So I know you got a petty minute subject that you want to talk about, and then we're done with that. And by
I
the
want
way,
to talk about it.
we're probably gonna go over an hour. It won't be much over an hour. We've had people tell us that doesn't matter, so we're
We
gonna test
might,
that theory. But anyways, you've got
because I've
that
only
petty
showed a
minute.
few cards, but should I guess we should go on the petty minute and.
I mean, if you
So we're
got
going to
more
talk.
cards, show them. I don't
I
care.
have a few more cards. I want to show those first before
All
I get
right.
all mad.
You ain't got a channel, so I don't
Yeah, I don't
mind
have a
you
channel,
showing.
so you can just show. This is the Satchel Paige, and this is
Oh, that's beauty.
the Retardo that everybody loves in Orlando. My buddy, he picked one of these up just very recently. The back is very nice.
Yeah,
Got this. So these are hard to get. We'd all love to have the Koufax, but that might have been on my gold card list.
that.
I'm selling a BVG 7.5 Nolan Ryan. It's been the pride of my collection in 1971 for years. But it just bugged me because I looked at it and I go, the top corner is just not good. It's not a 7. So I said, I'm going to buy another one. I bought this one at the West Coast
Whoa.
show. This is a 6.5, and it looks just as good as the 7.5. And I'm hoping the 7.5 will get in the bidding war. Whoops, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got you on
Yeah.
the big
Oh,
screen.
look at that. I mean, look
Yeah,
how
that's a
nice
beauty.
it is.
Yeah, that's a nice
Boy,
one.
that looks good. Much better
Yeah.
than my face. Nolan Ryan face. So there's that. I showed this one last night, which I really like. It's a
Yeah.
really rare card. It's this one centered. The one that I have, I'm
Yeah.
selling. It's a BVG. It's not centered. It's a 3 or something. So it's gone. I showed this one
Nice.
because I think this is his nicest card. I've always
Yeah.
loved it. But
I do.
it's funny because I told Mookie that when I realized it had the stat back, I was in my raw collection. I go, fuck, this has to be with Mookie.
Yeah.
And so that's what he has it. He loves it. And then I got this Mugu Gaipan.
Oh,
I ran this by Dylan today. He said it's the rarest card on earth.
really?
No, he said it's one of 1,000. So I'm a little bit into these. And then I unfortunately won
Ooh,
this at the Love of the Game auction.
that's nice. Sports Exchange.
Yeah, I love these sports exchanges. These cards are pretty hot right now too. Believe it or not, they're blank backs and
Yeah.
they're hand cut, but they're really pretty hard to find the stars. Joe Jackson has a card. Gehrig, I think Ruth too.
Okay.
In fact, somebody has the Ruth. They're asking like $9,000 for him.
Wow.
So I'm not going to pay that kind of money. But anyway.
Well, those are nice. I didn't bring any cards to show.
Oh,
I'm
so
going to
I
be
got
doing a
nothing,
pickup video I think in 2 weeks. So I have a lot of stuff. I ain't done one in a while.
Yeah,
So
and I think I know what you'll be showing. So that should be
yeah,
quite interesting. The
yeah,
pivot, the main pivot. Pivot
yeah.
by the Beaver. He pivoted.
All right, man. You
All
ready
right.
for this minute?
Well,
Let me get my
so
clock
let's
set up.
talk about the topic. This is a topic that just ruffles a lot of people's feathers. And I'm
Not a
just
lot
going
of
to tell
people,
it.
just
I
some
mean,
people.
some people, but it's just something that look, it's going to be about the YouTube Hall of Fame and the YouTube All-Star team. And I know that a lot of people, like Orlando and Dylan, I mean, these awards and being a YouTube Hall of Famer, it means a lot to them. It means the world.
Yeah,
And the thing is they're very well liked in
yeah.
our group. I mean,
They're very deserving.
I know you feel the same way that people, they just don't get much better than Orlando. So
No,
this isn't about, and I'm not talking about this personally. I'm talking about this, how stupid I think it is. This has nothing to do with anybody who's taken the time to run it but this is one of the reasons. So it's been going on for like 5 years.
am I
You can
supposed
go
to
ahead and
start the clock?
let's start the clock. So
All
this
right,
is it.
here we go.
All right. I got to take my blood pressure meds.
Let me pause it.
I put it on pause there for a
All
minute
right,
while I get this down. I don't want to have a heart attack. All right. So 5 years ago, I'm on YouTube. I'm going like, what the hell is this? It's a YouTube Hall of Fame. I click on somebody's thing, and it's the most boring thing you ever want to watch. Subscribers do not want to watch your stupid Hall of Fame. Okay. We don't give a shit about your YouTube Hall of Fame. It's all about you guys and your tight-knit little group. It's one of the reasons, like I just went out and said, I'm going to start a YouTube commenter Hall of Fame. We got Mookie, we got Bob Boozle, we got Andrew. And of course, I was the ringleader, so I was the first one in, which I had to do nothing to be a Hall of Famer. But I just found that it was just kind of, you're basically shitting on a lot of people. Now, some of them deserve it. Guys like something about Carlos and Big Scott, those guys, I mean, they're just throwaway votes. But the problem is everybody's a Hall of Famer, really. And let's talk about the All-Star team. Remember when the fans used to vote? We're fans. You guys are the ones out there. Boy, that's fucking loud. Well, you guys are the ones out there that are voting for this shit, the content creators. You have hard feelings. This guy didn't vote for me. That guy didn't vote for me. I'm not an all-star. And that's pretty much it. But I mean, I just think that how about including everybody in a vote, maybe that, but you guys just do what you want to do. But I just tell you, the content, it's fucking boring, guys. I'm just over it. If I see GIF videos on, you can see, I like watching GIFs, how they're intertwined in your video, in your talk. I got this. It's not VR for video.
Yeah.
I want you guys to get creative. You wonder why nobody watches you. And it's not, I don't have that much time to do it. I try to support everybody, and I try to be in it, for the greater good of people in general. If you like me, great. I appreciate it. If not, I'm sorry if you don't get me. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you piss me off in the past or you've talked shit about me for no reason, you're going to get it back double. That's guys like Big Scott. He misquotes me. He tells me that I called Ken Griffey Jr. a pussy. No, I didn't call him a pussy. Or I called Terry Thomas a pussy. I didn't call them pussies. I called Ken Griffey a cheater because he takes steroids. But I mean, you can take it for whatever it's worth, But then he has to do a VR video on me. I mean, how about I was a fucking subscriber of that big mouth. And I'm sorry that the guy's not all there, and then he's just mumbles through life. But it must be nice to just go blue, have absolutely nothing going for you, And then to be able to just cut off people like that, it really irritates me. He's not an all-star. Don't vote for any more all-stars. It causes hurt feelings, and that's about all I can tell you.
So here's
Carlos,
my take on it. I'll just tell you what my take is. I think it has good intentions. Okay, I really do. But
not arguing.
the original, I don't know, this is what I've heard. I hadn't been in it long enough, but what I've heard is the original idea was you're shouting out other channels while you do it. The problem with that is you're shouting out other channels to other channels. So like people who don't make videos don't really want to watch those. And so you're not shouting it out to them because they're not watching it. So you're shouting it out to other people watching to see if you're going to talk about them or not. Are you going to say my name? Are you going to help? You didn't say my name. Well, that's bull crap. I said your name. And so it becomes kind of a, vote for your friends kind of thing. And so here's a
popularity contest.
Yeah. Here's my idea. How about if you really want to have one of those, do an email ballot. Just say, hey, whoever runs the thing, just say, this is my one video. We are now voting for all-stars. And then later in the year, whenever it is, we're voting for Hall of Fame. Email your votes to, and give your email, and everybody list 10 guys.
And what about a subscriber? Should subscribers be able to vote? They're the ones that are taking the
absolutely.
They're the ones that are consuming the content, not other video guys.
Well, the only problem with that is these big channels, which they probably deserve to be in it. If you got a big channel, that means a lot of people are watching you.
Yeah.
But
Jeremy Lee, he's not in it. I don't know how many followers he has. Or
Jeremy
what. And other guys, whether you like them or you don't like them, they have good channels and they deserve to be in whatever it is. But I don't know.
And look, if you voted for me for All-Star, thank you for doing that. That made me feel good.
And all you guys,
if you didn't vote for me,
you know how I respect all you guys that are making content. I'm going to tell you, I told you this once and I'm telling you again. I respect the shit out of every one of you. That includes Big Scott and something about Carlos, who just basically just shunned me as a subscriber, basically gave me the 2-finger salute. So I'm giving it back to him as well. So if he even has the balls to watch this, which I'm sure he doesn't, he's out doing his own thing. I loved his Friday night show, but if you want to treat your listeners like shit and then just get into arguments with them in the chat and then block them, fuck you. You could suck my dick for blocking me. I mean, how about a timeout? You've ever heard of a 5-minute timeout? It's so easy. Timeout for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Look, you're a little out of hand. And I never cussed in the chat. It was over my financial status. I told him that I created generational wealth, and he wants to get in an argument with me on air. I'm no stranger to drinking and to talking shit, as you know. But he's drinking. He said, "Oh, no, you don't. If you're talking about it, you're saying you don't have enough. You don't have enough." Well, do you really have enough? I don't know. I said, but I feel, that I have enough generational wealth to where my grandkids are going to be, if they don't just take it and throw it into the fucking ocean buying mystery packs, that they're going to be okay. But you want to argue with me in the chat. I can only type so much. How about saying, hey, Fatso, why don't you come on and show yourself, but no. Anyway, I don't like guys like that. So I think he's a dick. And that's all there is to it. If he wanted to apologize to me, I'd be happy to apologize to him and shake his hand. If not, that's just fine too. Well, we'll be, we won't be friends. And that I really don't care. Because I shit on guys like him all day long. I don't need his shit. So
in the South,
I'm more than a minute. I'm sorry to get that off my chest.
Well, in the South,
but a lot of people know.
In the South, you can say stuff like that, but at the end, you got to say, "Bless his heart."
I will say bless his heart because I like this show, but he wants to kick me off, so fuck him. You know what I mean? And
I agree, man.
I like the guy, what he does, and I respect the guy that can go out there on camera and talk for 6 hours.
It takes a lot,
And I really love the two guys that are with him on that show. That's the biggest loss on a Friday night. Is not listening to those guys. And they talk about hockey. And they talk about hockey cards all night. at
Well,
hockey.
yeah,
They're big.
like
They're
hockey
they're in
cards a little
Canada,
bit.
and I love I mean, and that's one of my guilty pleasures, hockey. I love
Yeah.
hockey, so I love listening to them and chiming in about the old players and I mean they got Bobby Barella's on there. He's a he's a legend.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never watched
I
it.
mean I love him. It's just a shame I can't watch him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
So again, I'm not crapping on the All-Star.
you're not. I am.
Yeah,
I'm the
I'm
one.
not. If you voted for me for All-Star, I'm thankful. If you didn't, that's cool. I don't care. But I didn't do one, and let me tell you why I didn't do one.
I didn't do one either. I didn't get one vote.
Well, the reason I didn't do one is because I only do one video a week, man. That's it. And I'm not wasting a video on that. So, I do 52 videos a year. And well, actually, I've done a few more because I have thrown a few extras in there, but not very often. But, that's all I'm going to do, man. And I'm not wasting a video on that. So I'm going to try to do a better job of shouting out younger channels. That's one of my new things I'm determined to do. And so I'm going to do that. And when I do that, that's my way of doing what they want it to happen. But I think with what I do, I'm not tooting my horn, but like, Tim, I had him on and he started up a new channel. I'm trying to get him some
And I love it. I mean, in fact, I'm going to be texting him right after we're done with this show here.
So yeah,
reached
I
out
have
to me.
collectors on in my collector
yeah.
spotlight who don't have channels. I like, and some people have small channels. So I like spotlighting people that ain't got
me too. And I would do anything I could to call these guys out. And especially if it's something, if I can sit through 10 minutes or 15 minutes of it, listening to them and showing, it's like, I want them to get the views they deserve and the recognition, whether they're an all-star or a Hall of Famer or whatever the hell it is. Yeah. And I guess some of my aggravation maybe just comes from like, I mean, nobody's going to vote for me as an all-star. Yet
you got my vote.
I got. Did you vote?
No. I'll email it in. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'll email.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about that. But you know how I always like to play the victim all the time. But yeah, if I shouted you out tonight, and I'm sorry, feel free to reach out to me and pick the phone up and call. I'll be happy to apologize to you. Maybe we can, have a truce or a two-way street. And when we see each other, just shake hands and be friends. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
So, because I do appreciate, I was fans of both those guys' shows, but they both like just kicked me out of their chat for no reason when they have no followers, no watchers. I was, one of the first people to try to support. They should, but I was trying to support them. That's the funny thing, Tony. When nobody was watching them, I was there to support them. And they treated me that way. Like they think that's fun. I mean, sports card radio wouldn't even do that.
Yeah.
So, and anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I have peace and love for everybody, especially all the guys in the hobby that collect different than me.
Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up on that peace and love. You okay with that?
I'm fine. I feel you forgot to ask me how I feel.
Oh yeah. Do you feel better now?
I do. I feel really good. Got that.
I did forget, man. That's
because I've been wanting to do. My original Petty Minute was on the All Stars and the Hall of Fame way back when, the first one I ever did with Theo, but he cut it out because it was, it was pretty brutal. Much like tonight was a little toned down. I was more angry then.
Except at the end, it wasn't toned down. You weren't talking about the All Stars no more.
A lot. I was a little bit, but I talked. It was. You have to be the judge. You'll have to be the judge. I hope you don't get too many dirty comments. Thanks for letting me share a screen with you. It's more than a pleasure. I love you, all you guys out there that have been watching us and commenting. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
We do.
And Tony, we love your channel and continued success to you and everything you do, your collection, and everybody out there. Keep collecting and whatever you want, and just have fun with it. And don't spend too much money.
Hey, and I want to point this out. The next Odd Couple is going to be live. and it's going to be in celebration of my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. So me and you are going to be live. Might have some guests. I've got a special guest nobody's ever seen before. Is going to pop in. It's going to be pretty special. So I'm looking forward to it.
Exciting. I'm looking forward to
it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, just remember, Tony loves his baseball cards.